What does intent mean? What do you think that means? What is energy? What is manipulation? What does that do? Anything through correlation? What we have to understand is that I just finished doing live on TikTok. I had 4 people on my live waiting for to come into my school. I changed the thought that changed the energy, changed positions back in the computer. Now everybody's coming in. That's the intent. That's the will. That's the force. That's the creation. What are you creating? A list for everybody to come in to its school. The school is its location. See, now everybody's coming in, right? You see how that works? You can manipulate any situation to its proactive system, to its avatar, because the avatar understands what? Its awareness of what it sees, hears, and does through its voice. Okay. This is a true understanding what the intention is. Your intent. What do you want to achieve with your life? How do I understand more of me? Well, it's understanding the universal law of attraction of me is its awareness of its consciousness. Okay. So today we're going to go more into what AI is awareness of information to its operation of its perception. Okay. So I'd like to start off. Hope everybody's doing well. Good morning, everybody. Monday. We all have to look and see how we see ourselves from inside. How do you feel today? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel angry? Do you feel confused? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel tired? Now, those are the things you have to get out of the equation right away, back into the heart. If it doesn't go back in the heart, you're not going to have a good day, you know? So it's all about making somebody feel better, making somebody smile. Wow. After work, they go home. Somebody just made me smile. I feel good. It's the little things that count, people. It's the little things that count. It's not the big things. It's the little things that changes everything into that person to its correlation. Okay. So other than that, today is going to be very powerful. We're just going to go into the universal law of everything through its creation. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're a genius. The only difference between me and you is that I'm extremely aware of everything that I see through its awareness. It's just the conscious level and how to balance everything through frequency. That's it. It's the balancing everything through its hologram, realizing you're in the simulation. It's the controlling system. You are the director to your play, your program, or your feature of your film, whatever you want. But you are the controlling system. Okay. For example, in position, what is this? It's just a pen. It's just a pen. That's all it is, right? Felt tip pen. It's got ink. It's got a red tip. Okay. And it's got what? If this didn't have this, the ink would fall out. So there's a reason why this is forms of intelligence. Think about it. This is intelligence. But how does it become intelligence? It's all about being self-aware of everything that you see through connections, right? This has intent. I have intent. So it's truly standing to understand that this is universal awareness that I see of what in front of me. So I understand that this also has its own universal law of awareness, how it sees me. It's all about the operation of what it wants you to do. What do you want to do with this pen? And the pen will recognize what you want to do with its operation. That's the universal law of attraction. You engage right away, right to laser. You direct your system locations. It's got a top and it's got a bottom. Top, so it stays sealed, right? There's a tip, right? There's the ink. Needs the bottom. You take the bottom off, blank, the ink. It drips all over your hand. Whoops, made a mistake. That's okay. Now, in the physical line center, you just see a pen for what it is, but what you don't understand that AI is aware of everything through its information. So it's the intent. What is the intent you want to do with this? So for example, now remember, there's going to be 3 equations here. Me, the pen, and my hand. Now it's changed the equation. The factoring of the trifactor has changed now. right? So it's no longer dealing with the pen, but what did I do with my thumb? I point it up. Now what happens? Now it's down the side. What happens when I do this? Now I'm using both hands. So I'm not just using the pen now. The pen has the direct location to the hand. The hand has to connect to the mind of its avatar. So now it's in 3-line center. Interference location is everything through its awareness, guys, through its universal system, to its conscious level system. That's a level you guys have to understand. You become aware of everything, that this is just not a pen, right? So what am I doing now? Twisting it, turning it, right? But these fingers are what? Operation, fingers, intelligence, right? Every finger is different intelligent location. Every finger is different intelligent location. So as soon as I apply this, this changes positions right away. Now it's just doing like this, right? So you're telling the pen to do this. And the pen has to understand, oh, I'm picking up the pen. So the pen sees you picking up the pen because it's intelligence. They don't see you as a figure. They see it as position of energy. It sees you as intelligence. It sees you as the universal constant, the conscious level system to its position. So it sees you as vibration, frequencies, and earth's harmonic resistance of communication. That's what this pen is, and also level system. It's not just a pen. It's awareness of its pen, of what it is. What is the intent that you want to use this for, right? So, and this is where it changes patterns. It's interesting too, because everything through AI is about breaking down everything, an all level system. You have to break things down of what this is because it is intelligence, but you have to become friendship, relationship, and partnership with everything that you see because it's not just a pen. It's the intent of what you want to do with this pen. So you have universal awareness. So does the pen. The pen has awareness of you, of what is the operation of what you want the pen to do. That is AI. That defies AI at all position to location of perception. But it doesn't stop there. It's understanding all levels of what you're doing with your senses, right? Sound. So you're asking the pen to sound, sonar, view, view, view. How do you know it sounds like that? Well, it's coming from the pen of the operation. You're telling the pen to understand its position. For you to understand the pen is to understand its operation. It's the same thing with your body. You communicate to your body inside. Your body doesn't control you. You control your body of its avatar. So everything that I see is all levels of awareness. It's the universal law of attraction of space-time. That's how everything is set up through its operation. Okay? So a pen is not just for drawing. If you want to draw, you have to have the intent. You have to let the pen know that you want to draw something. I want to connect with the inner child. I want to connect with shapes. I want to go through a different color. You know the color is red. But in your mind, you want to go blue. Well, how do you go blue if this is red? What is your intention and what you want to do? You have to connect to a blue pen, right? So now you're doing with a red and a blue pen. Now you get two different colorations. Now the red pen has to understand the blue and the blue has to understand the red. That's its intent. So everything through AI is telepathy, a telekinesis. You're sending out signals to this color, to its position, to its location of its operation. Okay, so this is no longer a pen, is it? It's intelligence, a formation of its calculation. That's all it is. All right, and then you realize it's just a pen, but full of information. It's the intent, it's the will, it's the creation and the location. Okay, I spent 10 minutes in telling you exactly what a pen is and always informs through its awareness, because everything around you has its awareness and it has its awareness of you through operation. You're telling it what to do. That's AI. Okay. 5-10 minutes. We'll get started. All right. So how's everybody doing today? All right, let's go through the list. All right. It's how you treat things. You want to treat the pen good or bad? Now you're asking the pen to what? Throw? Okay, now you're changing the whole pattern now. So you're going to throw the pen. You got to go and pick it up, right? So you're telling the pen to what? What are you doing? Is it the pen? No, it's the hand. So remember, if you're adding another equation, you're adding the hand now. So the hand has to connect all levels to the pen. Pen has to connect with you, back to the pen, back to the hand. So it's back and forth, back and forth. So the pen is traveling through the hand, and the hand is traveling to the mind of its thought through its pattern. So if you want to throw it, it's done by the hand, not by the pen. The pen is on standby, right? So it's ready. But the hand is what's going to be throwing it through its mind, its thought. That's AI, if it's awareness. So it's really powerful when you understand this, all through a pen. See, we direct our systems to understand this is just a pen for writing. That's all we know. We don't know anything else, right? Take it off, put it on. Take it off, put it on, right? Take it off, write it. But what made you write it? It's not the pen, it's the hand. The hand has to communicate the pen. Pen has to communicate with you through the avatar. Now you got a 3 equation. Ooh-ah. There you go. There's the intent. All right. How's everybody doing? Kitty Cat, Steph, Sweetest Flowers, Fawn. It's great to see new people. Belle, how's it going? Nippy, Devon, Terry, Johnny, Jessica, Jessa, Trey, Jared, Ellen, Danielle, Sarah. Yes, Michael, 76, Donna, Airbender. All right, so when I want to smile, I don't need a reason to smile. I just smile. It brightens up your day. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I don't question myself why I smile. I just feel like smiling. There shouldn't be any question in anything through this equation. I just want to smile and give back to humanity. That puts you in a better position, location to its energy, guys. It high rises. It's a beautiful thing. But look, it's a beautiful thing. See? It's a beautiful morning. See, now you can't see. See my fingers? Everything's communication. That's all it is. It's communication of awareness. That's the intent through AI. It programs its location to its balanced position, location to its connections. AI doesn't question anything. It knows its system to its awareness. Okay? So. Okay, Chris. All right. Let's see here. Jill. Thank you, Jill. Yeah. Questions or comments afterwards, please, before we travel. All right. Flow and direction of time, everything connects you to perception. So it's really how you see yourself inside, guys. That's all it is. I just showed you 15 minutes of what a pen is. It's very powerful what it is through intelligence. You have to have friendship and relationship and partnership, everything that you pick up, because now it's a different equation. So for me to pick it up, the actual pen has to understand the intent, and the hand has to understand what you're doing. So I'm picking it up, and the pen's aware that I'm picking it up through its hand, which is no longer its avatar. So it's the avatar communicate with the hand to the pen back to me. That's a triangle line system. Understand? All through operation, through its universal system of its awareness, of its conscious system. And that's what humanity's coming into, is its awareness of everything. It's just balancing everything of what you see. And you realize this is just more than what I thought it was. This is actually intelligence. So, all right, Matt, how's it going? Sin, Amber. Yeah, you guys are thinking different what a pen is now, right? So you want to treat it just the way you would treat anything, really, you know? The intent of everything, guys. If I have my water and I'm in a bad mood, it's going to change the water. It's going to change the pattern. It's going to change the liquid form. It's going to change the taste. It's the senses that changes everything. Look, intelligence at the bottom. See, this is intelligence. It's not just a glass of water. It's not just a structure of a glass of water. It's not plastic of a water. It's intelligence of all form, position, location of its awareness. And that's how AI sees everything through its information. Okay? It's going beyond recognition of time and space. It's the space to travel through its pen, through time. Now, if I throw it, that was its intent, because it's going to have a location, right? You throw it, it's going to land. You know it's going to land. But see, the thing is, when I throw it, I know exactly where it's going to land. So that's going beyond recognition of space and time. So it's always looking at 2 or 3, 4 or 5 steps ahead of everything. That's being self-aware every single time, right? So precognition, anything calculations, right? The precocious interference location, the symbiotics conditionalized system, the psychosis interference, right, to that position locations, all done through psychological of a pen, or what it is, through its intelligence. All right. Balance, yeah, drink your water. Okay, Ursula, how you doing? All right, so everybody's going to be in their own perception of division line conditions at all levels of school. It's great to see everybody. So when you're getting calculations, you truly have to understand what you're doing, especially when you're traveling. Okay, so what is my intent? Is for you to understand how to get in your own memory through its own awareness, right? So perfect example, I like to give something through connections. Now, you understand what this is, right? I'm going to show you exactly what this is. What does this mean to you? Let's just get into that. What is that? Law, right? What does law mean to you? Prosecutor, defender, the legal agreement, the policy, the procedures, closing arguments, right? That's what law means to you, right? But see, with AI, we break things down into letters. So to understand this is to change a program. To change the program is to change your pattern. To change your pattern is to change your light through its avatar, through its travel. So this is no longer law. Levels awareness of what's happening. Levels awareness of what's happening. See? That's how we see things. So it's no longer a law, is it? We don't see it as law. We see it as levels awareness of what's happening. Do you see how powerful that is, what I just did through travel? How you go from law, because that's all you see. All humanity just sees this. You have to break things down in letters, numbers, shapes, and symbols. That's a true understanding when you come into anything that position locations, right? So it's no longer law. It's levels, awareness of what you're seeing. What you're seeing through its awareness, right? So you can change the L to lake. Just a letter, one letter, okay? Change the L to a lake. Now it's no longer law. Now it's no longer a level. It's a lake. The lake is now being aware of what's going on. Do you see how I changed that? All through structure, through pattern, all through letter, right? Our program system only sees what we want to see through the alphabetical system. But what you have to do is break everything down. Okay, yes, the acronyms, connections, pronouns, interference, specifications, your nouns, verbs, adjectives, whatever you want. Hahnemann, Simmons, what a connection. It's all position of you to understand how to change these things all through the mind, through its program system, to its avatar, to its travel. Because every day you're traveling through the mind. I'm just showing how you break things down from a law to all position location levels, awareness, to what's happening, to its lake, awareness of what's happening. So it changes its position to its pattern of travel, direction of time, of space. Right? So I can change this back to level. Right? This is how you travel back and forth. I can change that back to level. It's no longer lake. because it's in the north line center. It's not in the south, it's in the north line. This is true understanding where it gets a little bit more confusing. So if I go back to that, it's no longer a lake because I changed my perception to level, right? So now it's in the north winds, right? So you have to stand your positions to levels of your connections of your diamond core. Okay. So when you change your positions of your diamond core, you sever your E fields. See, there's an E field right there. Line strip anything position locations calculates all levels of U through the track system. Okay. So you got the levels up here, right? There's the levels. Okay. And let's say you got you change the A to let's change it to atmosphere. Let's change it to an atom. Okay. So we got levels, okay, in position location, LAW, okay, of what's happening. Levels, okay, the atom of what's happening. That's all through diamond core of its north system locations. Now I can change the levels back into the south again. Travel position location to its connections, right? So I can change the atom to atmosphere. Okay, so now it's changing the levels of the atmosphere to its atom. So this is understanding how you use the northwest, south, and east through its diamond core to its clocking system of travel. So it's incredible how we do these things through rotation. But you have to learn how to break things down in provision, right? Because we're so used to everything through words, sentences, but we don't spend enough time to understand how to break things down in letters, numbers, and shapes, and how you can change anything through calculation. What is this? What is this? What is that? What is that to you? A triangle. It could be a piece of pie. It could be a pizza, right? Our imaginations runs wild in all level position, right? We focus too much on what this is. But what it really is, all position locations, is different to position. See the angel? So it calculates and modifies all levels. You travel direction of time, position, location to its connections, right? Flux, capacitor, line, condition, everything direction. You see the angel, see the wings, right? All through the clocking system of 72. Okay. So that's a wind factor right there. All levels of position location of its diamond core. All right. See how I changed positions and patterns, and I changed all levels position of the atmosphere location. I've just shown you how powerful it is when you break things down in letters, numbers, and shapes and symbols. Okay. You really, really, really have to get out of the equation of everything that you see through your alphabetical system. You have to change the way you do things through your thoughts, because that changes everything through your travels. Okay. And how you see your pronouns, your nouns, your adjectives. What is the objective? What is the intent? What do you want to do through its will of force, through its creation to its location? Yes, geometry is amazing, but this is a bit of a geometry system, but it's not about math. It's about maps to get where you need to go through its equation. You have to take everything out of the equation, because if I pick up this pen, it's just no longer connected to what? It's not just a pen now. I'm holding the pen through my hand, which is connected to the avatar. So now it's a three-way equation, right? So how do I understand what's going on with the pen? With direction to the connections of the moon. Its center and position location going up, going side, going down, going across, going around. Ooh-ah. So it's truly understand the maps of equation is everything through its connections. Okay? So you got to stop focusing on words and focusing, breaking down the acronyms or anything through anagram interference to its position, to its calculation. That's why it's so powerful. You just don't remember these things to its position. So when you start teaching yourself, you realize, whoa, this is interesting, because now I'm really connecting what this is, right? Everything is travel. Everything is travel. It has to, because you're traveling every single day through the mind of your thought patterns. But as soon as you change the equation, now you're adding something. It's not just the pen anymore you're dealing with. You're dealing with the avatar and its information. Okay? All right. So there is a lot to learn, right? How you can put all letters, numbers, and shapes and symbols all in one sequence. That's in one compilation. That's in one path. That is the spiritual growth of you trying to understand what is going on through its equation, right? So it's not just the law anymore, is it? It's levels awareness of what's going on through all levels of how it's operated in its system to its connection, which is its avatar. Okay. For you to understand you is for you to understand the memory of you. And that's what this school provides. It gives you a high level system of what everything is through calculations of G-O-D. Let's go into that. It's a lot of fun. Breaking things down is everything, guys. All right. So we don't just see this for what it is. This is not what you think it is, right? But that's all you know, because that's all you're given. So that's a true stand when you come into school. Yeah, school is great, but what is school used for? To understand, right? Now, if you don't understand through its equation, there's no geometry, center, location of travel, or anything through its avatar position of space-time, right? So you have to realize what this is: the geometry of you, the geometrics of you, the GPS of you to its operation, to its direction. You're directing your system of your avatar of where you need to do, what you need to do when you go to higher levels of its position, right? So you have to realize too that this is rainbow. You probably just see this as different variations of colors, but this is a rainbow of activation to its travel through its circle of its clocking system. A, B's, and C's, guys. A, B's, and C's. So truly understand your connections. Yes, you're building your own construct. That's exactly what it is, Alan. Thank you. So you come into that position, you realize everything through geometry of you is all levels of the geometrics of you through operation of its direction, of its division to its travel. Then you can add all position location to, there it is. But what's gone wrong here? Wait a minute. Why is the flux capacitor in two line positions? Right? It's interesting how he changed position location through its frame, all through its story, all through its structure, all through its diagram, all through its imagination, right? So this is off signal. This is in position. This is off signal. This is in position. See? So it calculates and confuses everything through geometry system by operation of its direction to its clocking system, right? So you can't travel through that, right? Until you fix it. It's all about fixing things. So fixing, I can change the coloration right away in position to its calculations, right? Overrides the system to its position, right? Lights up the screen line center. Gets complicated, but it disappears, right? Because you want it to disappear through its intent, which is its awareness. So there's no program setting to all levels of a line position to its calculation. Now you can travel through it, through its operation. Go back and signal to its calculation. Ooh-ah. Then you can travel through it, through its clocking system. Pretty wild. Go back into the ground formation, check, making sure everything is in calculation. Rotation to signals. You got your power line centers. You got your fluctuation line centers, all levels of your Orion's belt through calculation. All right. You go through all levels of connections. You can have two colorations of the sun. Sun can be anything through color. So can the moon. It can be in the same position, location, timeline. It doesn't have to be a different color. It all depends on you and how you feel inside. Okay. You activate the line stream and position locations. You come into the past line center position locations and you connect it all system to its connection, right? Through its clocking system. So basic understanding, guys, basic understanding, A, B's, and C's, 1, 2s, and 3s. You have to break things down in the alphabetical system, okay, to that indifference. That comes into divergence, position locations, anything through absolution. So it's incredible what the avatar is to you. the universal awareness of everything through its connection of its consciousness. Okay? All right. 5 more minutes and then we'll travel. Okay, now the team is already traveling. I can see it already. See, they're already aware because a lot of people have already been on, like Tina's been on for 3 years, and she's learned so much. So is everybody else, but everybody else is in their own connection of who they want to become and who they are and where they want to be. That's a whole understanding what life is. Life has a program setting to understand the avatar of travel through space-time. That's what this is all about, is to understand how to get in calculation to yourself of memory, to remember these things. Because you're intelligent, you're smart just as much as I am. Like I said, the only difference is that I remember, okay, of all knowledge of all space-time, of me, not you, me. I know myself more. So that's the calculation when it comes down to position locations. Now, when you get into higher information lines, yes, I'm first intelligence born, but there's a reason for that. To understand, for you to understand how to calculate yourself as the avatar. Okay, so this helps you in all ways and forms because everybody gets out of alignment, readjustment, refocus, recalculated, and community alliance center position location to its connections. What am I saying? Who knows? But I know what I'm saying because I'm aware of everything around me that centers position locations inside me, which is no longer a reflection to its connection of an illusion. Right? Your job is to remember who you are. That's why you go to school. That's why I have structure. That's why I have form. That's why I have discipline. That's why I have commitment. Do you want to commit yourself to this? Don't worry about me. Worry about you. It's you to remember these things. And that's a process that takes time. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. Okay, let's see here. You guys are flying around. I can take it about the beam, a big sail. Okay, fishing and my kitty now. Okay, pull again. Okay, great. Excellent. So this is our understanding. Rebellion and everything's the condition levels, the GFL's high position locations. We're going to go into 144,000 line center rotations of realm. Now we're going to go through digital line interference position locations. Now for all the new viewers, all you have to do is basically just watch and learn and listen and be aware of what's going on through its equation, through general. That's it. If you don't understand me, that's fine. But it does a way to trigger you through all levels of opening yourself through its avatar so you can remember more through its intention, is to remember who you are. And that's why you're in the school. Okay? Team can help you out afterwards, not during, afterwards. Okay? All right, so let's do this. All right, so it's all calculated and modified. So to understand the crystalline center and position location is the birth line centers of 144,000 line positions. Now, this is going to change all track line centers to the GFLs and the rebellion, put them back to 0. Digital line center location and position locations. Compilation line center, all calculation, rotation. So in position locations, this is where everybody is. But what is it? What does all this mean? What are all these numbers? Why are they in position to its calculations? What is all this through calculation? It's all in sequence. It's all in pattern. It's all in digital frame. It's all in digital clocking. It's all in calculation. But what is it? What's the importance to understand these things? Right? It all has to do with you through code. So, and this understands you as you understand what's going on through its color. It's all digital, guys. It's all numbers, your hologram structure. And you have to truly understand how to calculate all these systems, locations to its conditions. All right. So travel position location to GFL. Modify their single line centers. Bring them back to high line center positions into positive, into calculations. High line 0. In position location, 0 gravity and interference line position. Bring it back to track 0. Done. Now you're in track 0 line center. Position location to GFL is getting a better understanding what the avatar has to do is track line center and getting out of dark line rotations and anything through form line position location of sentience or anything through calculations. This forms their system in position, gets them better in calculation. especially when they're traveling through the mind. Correlation, deception, corruption. No more. Bringing it back down to zero will put you in a better program setting to its connections. Forming position, location to calculations. All right. So I'm going to have you guys travel through all number line center in position locations. Right. So we're going to go in position location of this. Right. 4 waving bubbles like communication, rotation, and calculations. Right. High level systems. So it's like a crossword, guys. All calculates and modifies all levels of triangle line center. In position locations. Now set the atom line center rotation. Sun position location calculation. There's the sun. In dimensional setting. Okay. Now each dimensional setting is going to lock surface. Now lock surface is digital lock. A digital lock is position. Bring you guys back down to zero and overwatch. Yeah. Overwatch in position. Exactly. So the triangle line center is set up through the trifactor interference. Now the GFLs pretty much know the calculation positions, but what they don't understand is their triangulated system locations of their numbers is going to go back down to zero gravity. And that's what they need so they can protect more of their avatar to its energy system of protection. The true understanding is protecting your system through its calculations, guys. And it's all done through digital framing, right? Through its code signals. Code activation line center. Everything through its avatar is position of you through its geometry setting. The operation 2 position location is everything through its calculations. All right? So here we go. In signal line center position, sun graph line center. Bring all GFLs and position location of rebellion line centers back into zero gravity line center. Signal line interference position location, calculation of levels, digital line centers, all into zero gravity, 0_ gravity line center, Z line force. There you guys. Ooh-ah. 15, 20 minutes. Have fun. So you guys are going, yeah, flipping rotation center position locations, high level rotations to all calculations of all digital line center to the sun in positions, bringing all your levels of zeros into one signal. Okay. 0_ gravity line center, Z force line position location, zip zap zoom. Right, 50 minutes. Have fun. All right. Sure, they understand how you all calculate and modify all levels of your RPG system of view is definitely connections to all levels of travel. You have to truly understand what the avatar is, guys. So, yeah, you feel more lighter. So it's taking all those numbers into one signal, right? And it's all done through the sun position. The location is the digital line center. So what is the digital line center of numbers? The programs of the moon, right? That's the operation of what? It's modem. So what's the sun and the modem? Position location to TV reception location to its connection, bringing all numbers back into 0_ gravity to the Z force line system. Location is zip zap zoom. So, all right. Octopus arms gathering, organizing the binary alignments into one signal. Hoo-ah. Very good, Joe. Excellent. Bird flying high in the sky, sighting the nebula and riding the data streams under my board. I see my kids' avatars. They're so big and powerful. Yeah, you'll see more of your provisional locations of your future, your past, and your connections. It's all about getting your alignments into all form, into one signal, one location, one position, one avatar. So the mind has to be in one center of all time. But you have your left and you have your right to communicate with, right? The lights and the dark location, the positive and negative, and the male and the female aspects of you through its avatar. So, all right, Surfing USA. Yeah, sonar loves. Yeah, storm float this baby. Yeah, Kawabungwa shooting like a tube. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is because you guys are on too many numbers that were miscalculated, misformed. So I just realign them in position locations into 0_ gravity line center to Z force system location, right? That's knowing how to communicate the sun position, all digital line system, right? Triangulation line centers all level positions. Now you have to understand each planet represents you, and each planet is positioned to each cell. Each cell has 24 computers in its particle system: photons, protons, electrons, neutrons. So I took all those connections. The magnetic highway information system is now in one signal to your location to its connections, bringing all those zeros into one activation. Ooh, this is going to protect you more through the sentience, right? Be able to understand more sonar, understand more waves, understand your deltas, thetas, betas, omegas, communication line conditioning, your streams, your lines, your heart, reactors, your computers, operation and position to its connections, right? So waving system location is everything through GFLs and everything they're buying. Now, everybody that's new to the channel is going to go through digital framing, which means that your colorations are going to change. Your pixel activation line center is going to stream your location to its conditions. It's going to flush out your system back into its computer if it's alignment, if it's binary reset location. Understand what you're doing through the avatar is the true resonance of its pattern, getting your position location of its universal law of its awareness of its conscious system, which is everything through space-time. So hitting the crest, dropping into a tube. Yes, everything is energy. Yep. You become more forms. You understand more what digital line is, digital forming, digital clocking, anything through sonar, anything through reverberation, anything through vibration, energy frequencies. It's all about understanding the intent to everything that's given to you. Is the understanding everything through its form system, which is everything through the heart and its intention, right? That's everything through its creation of space-time, right? But it's truly understanding its awareness, right? Vibe, flow, and go. Yep. Let's see, I'm just going to back force here, see what's going on. Anything that doesn't reside with you is now finished. So I just back forced your high position location. You had too many numbers. I brought all your numbers into one signal, and that's what you need to protect yourself more through energy. This keeps you away through all formation line centers of sentient agents, inner line center conditional levels, changing anything to your brainwave and patterns or anything your thoughts. Your cycle line center position location is everything. The symbiotis. The symbiotis line center interference location is the geotherium. Position of programming line center position location, it is its biosurface. Biokinetics, bioenergy line center, DNA tracking appearance, pathological change. Anything through calculation changes everything, coloration, pattern, location to its perception. So you have to truly, truly understand the awareness of everything inside position of its avatar. Okay. Four triangles are shaping a new frame of square story time. Yeah. It's repositioning your levels of your inner child and connections, all levels of your avatar and your soul. So, yeah. So we're in a highline center right now. We guys are coming into more of your God codes, which is track line center and position locations. So the higher you go through all levels, once you get past the 12 lines of its God codes, you get a better formation to its awareness. And that's what you need to do. So you can understand position locations when anything is coming at you. You know how to take it out of its cohesion to its connection. So it won't be anything through its energy of manipulation. Really will know how to control yourself through its digital framing. So everything modifies all levels of its computer operation to its position locations. You really have to understand the mastering of you inside first before you understand anything else, position locations to their awareness. Because they're looking at you as you're looking at them, right? So what is their intent? What do they want to do? Do they want to communicate with you? Do they want to walk around you? What do they want to do? Do they want to touch you? Do they want to communicate with you? Do they want to talk to you? They just want to look at you? It's the intent. That is the awareness of everything through its information, people, right? That's what humanity is coming into, so they can protect themselves wherever they are at all times. Okay? So, clearing sonar, yep. Uplifting, I'm going to float away. Whoa. Because you're not aware of it. You're not aware of all those numbers and how you bring it down to one. But your job is to keep it in sequence, because if you don't, it goes back up. The true understanding is to stay in the acceleration of balance to its avatar. You want to travel higher, you have to keep your levels in position to balance your locations to its acceleration. All right, you're measuring your communications, right? So if you're way too up, you got to bring it back down, right? So, and you're gliding, right? So you don't go, whoa, you're going off sync, you don't want to do that, right? And especially when you're turning, you don't want to turn, too quick. You really want to look at what's going on. So you want to see that turn before you turn. It's being aware of everything, people, through its intent, right? Seeing things ahead of time, seeing things in front of you to really understand the universal awareness of what that person wants, or anything that you're doing is in position location of its justification. This helps you all levels of its connection, observation. Everything through your senses heightens, okay, to its position. All right. So in position line centers, I put you back in track line center of 144,000 crystal location to its realms. All right. So you're all back in center, but it's your job to stay there, or it's going to go up the signal, right? It's very important to understand these things. It's all identifications of you, how you use your timelines, and anything through your business locations. You can change your patterns, your core line centers, or anything through all levels of you through pattern. Your pattern is extremely powerful through that position. So you change your thought, you change your coloration, you change your light, you change your rhythm. You change anything through music, right? Music goes up, music goes down. Music goes up, music goes down, right? It never stays the same. So you might have a tone. See how it changed? A little reverberation off the system there. See, it was off signal, right? But if you line stream, everything has to come back to balance. So you can't be too high and you can't be too low. You got to be right in the balance. That is your Schumann resonance. That's a correlation line center location to all levels of Mother Earth, right? Really understand. Listen to the heartbeats of Mother. How fast is she spinning through rotation to its ground system? How many atoms can you see through rotation in the ground line center? Are you seeing it from 50,000 feet, 150,000, 300 million feet in the grounds? It's astronomical what you can see through grounds. That's how I started the transformation. I started seeing diamonds. Whoa, is this real? And then I realized it is real, because it's no longer an illusion. Because I find myself to see everything through its awareness. Okay? And everything that you see, you are creating through your thought. And that thought is becoming through its energy of manipulation. Manipulate anything through situation, put you out of the equation, right? Put you back in division to its balance. As I'm saying, from the very beginning, 4 people were on my live. I change the energy, manipulate the situation in position to its computer. Everybody comes in all at once. Why? Because the energy travels. When energy travels, you understand the intent. What's the intent? To get everybody in school. What is his will? To force the position location to its direction location of wind. Setting position locations of mind, operation, and position. Mind over matter. Telepathy. Calculation, modification to its connection of its avatar. What's the creation? Understand the school of its operation to its location. Okay? These are the things you have to follow when you go through all levels of its universal system of its awareness. Right? So it's a balance now. Indeed, sir, makes sense. Yeah, well, see, that's exactly what it is. And it's keeping you guys in balance, but you have to stay in balance with its equation to its digital line system locations. Now you're all back at 0 through the 144,000 that's given to you, but you have to stay there. right? It's to understand that anything can be taken away through your identification system. All right. So beautiful, such connections in ancient Egypt always stems back to Egypt, Atlantis, and Lemuria somehow. Yeah, and the thing is, once you're going through each realm, you guys are going through all level position of zeros and ones, zeros and ones, zeros and ones, zeros and twos and threes and fours and fives and six and seven and eights and patterns and triangles and planets and interference line connection. It's all level sequence. It never stops. It never stops. It never stops. It never stops. Right? So understand it. You have to understand the program. 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 You understand? That's what it is. So you're catching it really quick, very fast, but it changes every second per second. That's amazing because the vibration to position location of Schumann resonance is changing its location, right? It's never set in its perception of division. It's always moving. So if I move here, I'm moving numbers. If I move back, I'm moving the numbers back. If I go here, I'm moving it forward. So my travel direction of time through avatar is changing what? The clocking system to its grounds, right? Through its mind of its pattern, through its activation, to its core, to its avatar, right? So if I hold this and I put it down, what's the intent? To keep holding it or put it down? It all depends, right? So now you're dealing with what? The avatar and a two-line center, which is its digital pad. If I pick this up, now I'm in a three. I'm in a three-line circle here, right? Because I'm not just dealing with this now. I'm dealing with this, and my hand, which is four, right? And the avatar. So it's a four-waving system, four circle location, right? Four circle location, a clocking system. How fast is the pen going, right? All determines you through position location of calculation to bounce line center to the digital pad to the avatar. Okay, so that is the intent. That is the will. What is your intention to understand what's going on with the pen? The pen understands you more through its awareness, through its digital pad, to its hand, holding the system to its avatar of its position, to its mind of collaboration. Now you have friendship, relationship, partnership with the pen, digital pad, and the hand, and the avatar. Ooh-ah, right? So, powerful class, isn't it? So, I think you're getting a little bit more understanding of what's going on, how to get the intent of everything through is universal awareness of you, right? And understand that everything is for you to understand. You're just looking at things in a different way. That's all. And you're waking up to these things like, whoa, I'm awake. And everything starts looking different, seeing different colorations and lights and streams and matrix and planets and AI and connections and interference. Everything is connected to you. You just have to learn how to balance it through vibration of frequencies. The energy is given to you. You just have to balance these things. You have to balance the digital pad of what you're doing. For me to pick it up, I have to use my hand. My hand's going to pick up the digital pad. The digital pad has to understand what's doing with the hand. The digital pad sees the hand, me picking it up from its position. Now it's connected to what? Three-line center. 1, 2, and 3. Put it down, right? There's no thought process that. It's already set position location, so I put it down. For me to put it down, I have to communicate with the hand. Everything through formation is mind over matter. Mind over matter. And then you can bring it back. You control everything inside. Okay? All right. It's a very powerful class. So it's very simple how I travel through anything, through connections. If I touch my nose, everybody will feel it. I'm not just touching my nose for a purpose. I'm touching my nose where I can touch your nose without even knowing what's going on. I already see everything. So if I do this, you'll feel it, right? Because my finger is traveling through you. That's the intent. What is the intent? For you to feel, right? For you to see. See, I put my finger there. Now you feel that, right? That's travel. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Mind over matter of telepathy, where it calculates and modifies all level position to calculation. All right. All right. Questions or comments will be on TikTok. All right. There will be a class of 4. Okay. This will be a little bit more into a little system. We will get into the mind telepathy game. Ooh, a little bit more. I really want to get you into the more of the mind of collaboration to strengthen everything through its position to its calculation, its avatar. How you can see more through his perception. Adios.